Brownies. Just the word itself evokes a sense of warmth and comfort. These fudgy, chocolatey squares hold a special place in our hearts and on our dessert tables. There's something undeniably irresistible about their rich, intense flavor and satisfyingly dense texture. A simple brownie has the power to transport us back to childhood. It can evoke memories of baking with loved ones. Brownies have transcended generations and geographical boundaries to become a truly global treat. From their humble beginnings to their current status as a baking staple, the journey of brownies is as fascinating as it is delicious. This essay delves into the rich history of brownies. It explores their evolution from an accidental invention to a beloved dessert enjoyed by millions worldwide. Join us as we uncover the stories behind this iconic treat. We will explore the debated origins, the key moments that shape their trajectory, and the techniques that guarantee brownie perfection every time. We will also provide a classic brownie recipe that is simple enough for even novice bakers to master. Get ready to indulge your sweet tooth and discover the fascinating story behind America's favorite chocolate treat. The origin of brownies is shrouded in mystery, with several competing stories vying for the title of the original brownie recipe. One of the most popular tales revolves around the Palmer House Hotel in Chicago. Legend has it that in 1893, Bertha Palmer, the wife of the hotel's owner, asked the pastry chef for a dessert that was smaller and easier to eat than a piece of cake. The chef rose to the challenge, creating a fudgy, chocolate-laced treat that could be neatly packed into boxed lunches for ladies attending the Chicago World's Fair. While the Palmer House Hotel still serves a brownie that is claimed to be the original, the story lacks concrete documentation. Another contender for the first brownie recipe is the legendary culinary expert Fanny Farmer. In 1896, Farmer published her renowned cookbook, the Boston Cooking School Cookbook, which included a recipe for Bangor brownies. These brownies, named after Bangor, Maine, were more cookie-like in texture and contained molasses. Despite the lack of a definitive origin story, these early accounts offer a glimpse into the early days of brownie creation. Whether it was born out of a socialite's request or a chef's culinary experimentation, one thing is certain: the brownie quickly captured the hearts and taste buds of people across America. The early 1900s saw brownies transitioning from a novel dessert found in select hotels and cookbooks to a beloved treat enjoyed in homes across America. As recipes circulated through newspapers, magazines, and community cookbooks, more and more home cooks began experimenting with this easy-to-make chocolate treat. The simple ingredients required for brownies, flour, sugar, chocolate, butter, and eggs, were pantry staples in most households, making them an accessible and affordable indulgence. The rise of home economics in the early 20th century further contributed to the brownie's popularity. Cooking classes and home economics textbooks often featured brownie recipes, teaching a new generation of homemakers how to create this simple yet satisfying dessert. By the 1920s and 30s, brownies had secured their place as a staple dessert in American homes. Their popularity was fueled by their versatility and adaptability. Brownies could be served warm or cold, plain or frosted, and cut into squares or shaped for special occasions. They were the perfect treat for bake sales, potlucks, and family gatherings, further cementing their status as an American classic. The 1940s brought about significant changes in the culinary landscape of America. As World War II raged on, rationing became a way of life. Ingredients like sugar, butter, and chocolate were scarce, forcing home cooks to get creative in the kitchen. Brownie recipes were not immune to the effects of wartime shortages. Recipes adapted to the times, relying on substitutions and ingredient swaps to stretch limited supplies. Butter was replaced with shortening or margarine, while applesauce, mashed bananas, or even cooked beans were used to reduce the amount of sugar needed. Despite these wartime adaptations, brownies remained a popular treat. In fact, brownies took on a new significance during the war. They were often included in care packages sent to soldiers overseas, providing a taste of home and a much-needed morale boost. These wartime brownies, though perhaps slightly different in taste and texture from their pre-war counterparts, served as a reminder of the comforts of home and the resilience of American ingenuity. Section 5. The rise of boxed brownie mixes. The post-war era in America was marked by a surge in convenience foods. As more women entered the workforce, time-saving solutions for household tasks became increasingly desirable. The 1950s saw the rise of the boxed brownie mix, forever changing the landscape of home baking. Pioneered by brands like Duncan Hines and Betty Crocker, these mixes offered a quick and easy alternative to baking brownies from scratch. They contained pre-measured dry ingredients requiring only the addition of water, eggs, and oil. This streamlined approach to brownie making appealed to busy homemakers and less experienced bakers. While some traditionalists scoffed at the idea of using a mix, boxed brownie mixes were an instant hit. They offered convenience, consistency, and the promise of perfect brownies every time. The popularity of boxed mixes soared in the 1960s. Innovative flavors and variations flooded the market, further solidifying their place in American kitchens. Section 6. Brownie Innovation, a world of flavors and textures. The 1970s and 1980s witnessed an explosion of creativity in the world of brownies. No longer content with the classic chocolate flavor, home cooks and pastry chefs alike began experimenting with new and exciting ingredients, resulting in a wave of innovative brownie variations. Nuts became a popular addition. Walnuts, pecans, and macadamia nuts added a satisfying crunch and a hint of buttery richness. Chocolate chips, butterscotch chips, and peanut butter chips were swirled in for added sweetness and textural contrast. The rise of gourmet ingredients also influenced brownie recipes. Dark chocolate, bittersweet chocolate, and even white chocolate found their way into brownie batter, offering a more nuanced and complex flavor profile. Coffee, espresso powder, and liqueurs like Kahlua and Bailey's added a touch of sophistication and a hint of grown-up indulgence. The once simple brownie had evolved into a blank canvas for culinary creativity. Section 7. The Science of Delicious Brownies, Techniques and Tips. Achieving the perfect brownie texture is a science that involves understanding the role of each ingredient and mastering a few key techniques. The ratio of flour to sugar to chocolate is crucial in determining whether your brownies will be cakey, fudgy, or somewhere in between. A higher ratio of flour will result in a cakier brownie, while less flour will yield a denser, fudgier texture. The type of sugar used also affects the final product. Granulated sugar creates a chewier brownie, while brown sugar adds moisture and a hint of caramel flavor. The mixing method is another important factor in brownie success. Overmixing the batter can develop the gluten in the flour, resulting in tough, chewy brownies. The goal is to mix until the ingredients are just combined, ensuring a tender and moist crumb. Baking time and temperature are equally crucial. Underbaking will result in gooey, undercooked brownies, while overbaking will produce dry, crumbly squares. It's essential to follow recipe instructions carefully, using a toothpick test to check for doneness. Section 8. A classic brownie recipe, simple yet divine. This classic brownie recipe is a testament to the fact that sometimes, the simplest things in life are the most delicious. With just a handful of pantry staples and minimal effort, you can create a batch of warm, fudgy brownies that will satisfy your chocolate cravings. Ingredients: 1/2 cup, 1 stick, unsalted butter, 1 cup granulated sugar, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, 1/2 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/2 cup all-purpose flour. Instructions: 1. Preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, and grease an 8-inch square baking pan. 2. In a saucepan over low heat, melt the butter. Remove from heat and stir in the sugar until combined. 3. Beat in the eggs one at a time, then stir in the vanilla extract. 4. In a separate bowl, whisk together the cocoa powder, salt, and flour. 5. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, mixing until just combined. Do not overmix. 6. Pour the batter into the prepared pan and bake for 25 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out with a few moist crumbs attached. 7. Let the brownies cool completely in the pan before cutting into squares and serving. Enjoy these classic brownies on their own or dress them up with your favorite toppings. A scoop of vanilla ice cream, a drizzle of caramel sauce, or a sprinkle of powdered sugar are all delicious ways to enhance their rich, chocolatey flavor. Section 9. Conclusion. A bite of history, a taste of joy. From their accidental origins to their current status as a beloved dessert, brownies have come a long way. Their journey is a testament to the power of culinary ingenuity, adaptability, and the enduring human love affair with chocolate. Whether you prefer your brownies cakey or fudgy, Classic or loaded with mix-ins, there's no denying the simple pleasure of biting into a warm, chocolatey square. Brownies have transcended generations and geographical boundaries to become a truly global treat, enjoyed by millions worldwide. So the next time you find yourself savoring a brownie, take a moment to appreciate its rich history and the generations of bakers who have helped shape this iconic dessert. Each bite is a taste of history, a celebration of culinary creativity, and a reminder that some of life's simplest pleasures are also the sweetest.